So today is the day that we found out from our doctor. Um, I spent my day trying not to think about today, um, just because I didn't want to, I knew the call was going to come in today, but I didn't want to really think about it so much. So I just stayed really busy because I thought they would call around 9:30, and they didn't call around 9:30. And I had gone grocery shopping. I started cleaning, and we had family that was due by 1 o'clock. So I was just trying to get things organized before they came. And so I was just trying to, stay with the pace of that situation and not really look at the time and, they're not calling yet, they're not calling yet. Um, and they finally called around 11:18. And so, remember, we had originally 8 follicles, before egg retrieval. Once egg retrieval came, we were down to 6. Okay, then you have to wait the 24 hours. They call you, and from the 24 hours, we were only left with 2. So then you have to wait 5-6 days to see, they're fertilized, and then you have to wait 5 to 6 days to see if they become embryos. So she called today, and she said that one didn't make it, and we have one. We have one that is a full embryo. So excited, but it's only one. You only need one, but it's only one. It's only one that made it. So, I was excited to hear that it was one because I was basing whatever the outcome was on whatever my decision is for the future. Like, if there's no embryos, I have to really rethink my plan. And if it is, then, obviously the focus is shifted on, you know, the one, or whatever it was, whatever the number was going to be. So Mike wasn't too happy with losing one, but that's just how he is. Um, so I was thankful that I was able to get the positive reinsurance from my family. They were all super excited. We still have to do a lot of other testing, chromosome testing. That's when you find out if the gender, and also not autism, if it is autism, Down syndrome, like any abnormal, if it's abnormal. So more testing has to be done. Hopefully, that's good, because then we're back to square one, if not. So we're just holding on to this one embryo, and we actually call back the doctor, and the grade. Make sure if you all are doing IVF, make sure you find the grade of the embryo, and ours is AB, so that's good. But I did read, when you Google things, you always find things you don't want to see. I heard that most successful graded embryos are usually BB and BC. I don't know how true that is, but I just seen that on the website. So ours right now it's AB, and our doctor was surprised that we were able to get one, because we had 2, and then I mentioned that she automatically wanted to talk about doing another cycle, and I just need to breathe, so I was not down with that. And she did mention it again on the phone, and I'm like, I'm not doing another cycle. I want to take a breather. Thanksgiving's here, Christmas here, my birthday's next month. If we don't get anything, I just can't I can't think about starting again. I just need to take a moment. And now that we have one, like, let's just go with the one. And she was talking about starting IVF like literally next week when I get my period. No, I like, no, let's just start with this one embryo, do the testing, let's see what happens, get to transfer, hopefully it sticks, and then that's it, you know. So our families are all on board with doing that and not doing another cycle, because if it works out, then it wasn't needed. You know, if I decide that I want to have a second child, or we decide, then I'll cross that bridge once it comes. But right now, bounce, bounce. I'm just rocking with the one embryo. Um, so she said with that grade, it's like 65%, like after the testing. So we'll see what happens. And also, I wanted to say, when we did the egg retrieval, we, I guess I didn't really know all the details, but I figured it out later on. We did a procedure called ICSI. Hold on, these dolls are about to like fight over a treat. Bounce here. We did a procedure called Stop it. Stop it. ICSI. And basically, it's a different IVF procedure that they do. It's extra. I think it costs anywhere between 2,500 and up extra. So we actually got that. So what they do is, instead of doing your regular IVF where, you know, however many sperm your partner has, they don't release them all at one shot where, you know, they're all swimming together, and then hopefully that one will go towards the egg, because they said that the egg has like a hard like shell or something, and that it's hard for the sperm to get into, and that if you do the ICSI, the embryologist will go in, the sperm, fresh sperm or frozen sperm, and take out the sperm with the most motility, and they will pull that sperm out, and they will insert that sperm directly into the egg, so it's more of an accurate, you know, landing spot for the sperm. So it costs more money because, you know, they're really getting the right sperm and injecting it in right with the eggs, like they're forcing a sperm to, you know, go with the egg, versus, you know, if it's 2 million sperm and you're hoping that one of them just will swim and go there. So I didn't realize that, and then when I researched it a little bit last night, actually, it said that the rate is more successful than doing your basic IVF. So I was in a lot of group forums, and they were saying that the majority of the women that was in that group, they all did ICSI, and I would say only one it didn't work out for. And everyone was like, oh, it worked, it worked, it worked. So not really paying attention to what steps we were doing. I read that last night, so I started to feel a little comfortable about today. Don't know why the other egg didn't stick, but at least we got one. Maybe we're meant to just have one. I don't know. So look into that if anybody is considering another option for IVF. That's what we did. And there is someone that's trying to, that it keeps leaving a comment, and I don't have the name. Ruki, Rukan. I don't have your name. Like, I should have wrote the name down. You're asking me questions, and for some reason I cannot reply to your question. I don't know why. Like, it shows up, but it will not allow me to leave a reply to you. So your question was, how old am I? I'm 39. Yes, I am. I'm about to be 40 in January. And you said, how much did it cost? So our treatment was 30 $2,000. No insurance. We paid out of pocket, loans, and family gifted, well, payback, you know. And if this dog, Juju, Juju, what was I gonna say? So we did ICSI, so that was a cost. Then we did genetic testing, so that was a cost. We had an underlying genetic disorder, so that was extra $6,000 that we had to pay. And then we have to do like another testing thing, and I think that's like $800. So if you don't do ICSI, I think genetic testing is required for IVF. Give him this bone. This is what they're fighting over. Take the bone. Genetic testing is required. So ICSI is not mandatory. You don't have to do it. You can just do regular IVF. So if you didn't do that and if you didn't have an underlying condition through the genetic testing, they didn't find anything, that wouldn't be $6,000. So your total would be anywhere from $23,000 to about $26,000 for IVF. That would be like if you didn't have to do any extra stuff. But if you were doing all the extra stuff, if you had the means to do it, it would definitely run you 30 plus. That's, you know, that's what it would be. So I hope this embryo sticks. And oh my gosh, thanks for praying. Continue to pray. We still have more testing to do. We only have one embryo, so we cannot afford for this little embryo to not make it. It needs to survive. It needs to survive. Oh my gosh. But today I'm sitting with, it's positive, it's here, and it's good, and that's all I can do. Okay, so that's it, guys. So for more fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and now fertility, you know where to find me. Always on my blog at glitterbuzzstyle.